Well, hi there. I think I'm going to have to compete with the AC noise. I hope you guys can hear me okay. I'm trying to do this live out of my hotel room and trying to find perfect conditions, but we'll see what happens. So, this is Anna Stropnik coming to you live. Right now I'm in Melbourne, Florida. Excuse me. So who do we have on here today? We are going to be talking about FOMO, or failure of missed opportunity, today. So if you're just joining in, type in where you're watching this from. If you can hear me okay, that's very important to me because I have a lot of background noise. I hope you can all hear me okay. So I have a question for you. If you were to hear of an opportunity that will be probably like the next like Apple or something even greater than that, would you want to know about it? So that is something that I heard today, and like some amazing information that what I have my hands on right now. And this is what I want to be talking to you about. So if you're afraid that you're going to miss out on something, this is definitely broadcast for you, so make sure you watch this. So today, as you maybe saw my posts, I was at the academy from my company in Jacksonville, Florida this morning. And the speaker guest was Dr. Don Nettles, who is a doctor chiropractor. He's a Pro 9, which is equivalent to like $35,000 earnings a month in this profession. So what he was teaching and what I learned, and this is my second time watching his presentation, was absolutely mind-blowing. So this is something that I wanted to share with you today. So he was telling his story on how he grew up in California in the same city as Steve Wozniak and Steve Jobs. They went to the same high school, and in the year 1983 was his graduation. So the guest speaker at his graduation was actually Steve Wozniak. And he remembers being so upset. I mean, come on, you know, I guess they're on a budget. They couldn't get somebody else. You know, they got the guy from like down the street to do our presentation. So he missed out the whole like talk on the vision and everything that this guy had. And they were even offering shares, to buy shares for Apple, and he was like, oh, you know, I'm gonna buy from this rainbow guy, and he was just upset about this whole thing, like an 18-year-old, you know, and his parents gave him money, you know, for his graduation day, so he had about $300 from his parents, and he was one of the only ones probably during his graduation that didn't invest in Apple stock. And that is something that was haunting him ever since. So in 1984 was when they had the Super Bowl commercial, and they launched Macintosh, and the rest is history. So do you have a story like that? And I mean, if you heard of an opportunity, would you be like wanting to miss out? So really amazing story. And I'm going to talk to you about something that we have our hands on. So in 2013, Google search, in Google business, they're really curious about finding a drug that is going to extend life. So they partnered, they actually opened a company named Talley Collective in California, and they invested hundreds of millions of dollars into this. So this is since 2013. They haven't found it yet, but this is what they're investing. So if you think about it, Google is a business. They're looking for ways to make money and make profit. So they're going to bank on this hugely when this actually comes. So they're investing so much money into this because they want to be the first ones to get their hands on this drug. So basically, Talley Collective is formed like a health and wellness company. Their interest is in extending life, and they brought down their CEO is an old chairman of Apple, Mr. Arthur Livingstone. So they're looking for that pharmaceutical drug. Now, some of you have seen, if you watch medical journals, this Monday, last Monday, there was another drug approved for ALS by FDA. So this drug is called Radicavis. It's a NRF2 activator. It is about $145,000 a year. So it's helping to treat ALS through NRF2 activation. And we already know we have MS, a drug Tecfidera, so that's about $45,000 a year drug that is treating MS. It's another NRF2 activator. So if you go into pubmed.gov, which is the National Library of Medicine, and if you type in oxidative stress, so oxidative stress, you will find, as of yesterday, 174,814 searches done on oxidative stress. Now, if you look at it now, there's probably been like 60 more that were just Googled today. So every single day, there's more and more people looking for oxidative stress and searching for it in those search buttons in the medical journals. So the results, like from 20 years ago, there was like, let me see, 20 years ago there was maybe, I don't know, way less than that. So basically the search is in the incline for oxidative stress. Also, if you type in search for NRF2 activator, you're going to find 8,349 studies as of today. If you look just 4 years ago, there was only 4 studies. 20 years ago, 4 studies. Now, if you type in nutrigenomics, which is the way nature and naturally found compounds in food affect our genes, that is being searched 1,541 times, where if you look back, in 2001, it was searched once. So that's again in the incline. If you are searching cancer, there's more and more people searching for cancer. If you type in cardiovascular, again, so there's a pattern there. So these things are being searched for a reason. So people are looking, and scientists and doctors of all professions are looking for what is oxidative stress, what is NRF2 activation, what is like the next thing for cancer. Also, if you search for NRF1 activation, you will also find just a few thousand maybe studies. So this is something very, very new. But again, that number is going up. Now, but if you go and search for chickenpox, for example, so everybody has heard of chickenpox, but there's only there's not that many studies being searched on, and that number is declining. So why is that? Because it's not our concern anymore. Nowadays, nobody wants to know about chickenpox. Maybe in some third world countries where they don't have vaccine, maybe it's still an issue, but here it's not. But cancers cardiovascular disease, diabetes, all of those diseases are increasing, and people are looking for answers. So they're looking for and searching for answers for that. So there's a pattern of people looking for the way to feel better and the possible solution to live longer and better quality life. So this is our reality. And there hasn't been any time yet where people were more sick, in more financial crisis, and more lonely than they are right now. So that's just some trends that's happening. So now, not only Google. If you look on like front pages on lots of magazines that have nothing to do with health and wellness. So for example, Bloomberg, which is the business magazine, they have on the front page the Forever Pill. Then you will find in Time magazine, baby who is going to live to 147 years old. Then you have in Economist, cheating death and how to increase lifespan. National Geographic, DNA Revolution. So all of these magazines that are the business magazines, science magazines, they have nothing to do with health and wellness. They're all researching for health and wellness, how to increase lifespan, how to decode DNA, so all of that. Discover magazine, Science of Aging. There's a magazine, Make, in Boston. It's a local Boston magazine. Their article was about biohacking DNA code. So biohacking is something that we have heard, that term we've heard in our company. So we are biohacking DNA, we are biohacking anti-aging code. So this is where we are pioneers of this nutrigenomics industry. So absolutely amazing. Then you have Popular Mechanics. Can we prevent cancer? So all of those magazines are talking about this. This is becoming more and more concerns of all the people. And so I mentioned nerve to activation, and then nerve 1 activation is something that we are also have a patent for and technology for in nutrigenomics. There's maybe like 500 searches so far, but our scientist, Dr. Douglas Wallace, he won Benjamin Franklin Award just a few months ago for his research in mitochondrial DNA. And then, if you know, like 20 years back, Dr. Joe McCord, he won Elliott-Cresson Award for discovering an enzyme that is the biggest antioxidants we produce in our body, superoxide dismutase, SOD. So really, really huge. So within our company, we have these two men that have won prestigious awards. So Joe McCord, Elliott-Cresson, that's a reward that Henry Ford had won. Marie Curie, he was the last one that actually, before they stopped that award, he was the last one that won it. And now the newest reward, Benjamin Franklin, was for another scientist. So really, really amazing. And then in US Today, they just came up with results because obesity is something that is a real concern of ours in the world, because in 2015 we had 1.9 million that were obese. Now the new study came out for 2016, that number is now 2.2 billion. So the number went up. So if you think about all these like celebrities and all these diets and everything that we are doing, and people spending millions of dollars on different weight loss programs and not getting results, shouldn't you think that this number should go down? But it's not. And why? Because we are not treating the root cause of obesity, which is the malnutrition, our gut health. We are not getting the nutrition that we need, and we are craving bad foods. We are not talking about GMOs, about all the chemicals and pesticides and herbicides and pollutants in our food, we are talking about like basically starvation and weight loss instead of talking weight management. So another thing to think about. So do you think that number should go down, right? Now we have with our weight loss system, we actually have a nerve 2 technology for our gut health, so quite huge. And then the lastly I wanted to talk to you about, because there was so much that I learned today, I just wanted to give you like something that was like the biggest mind-blowing moment for me today, but I will do a few more lives on a few other things as well. So can you imagine this Calico firm or anyone else, anyone that is researching, decoding this anti-aging code, how we can live longer, when they discover this drug, whatever that drug is going to be named, so when they finally do, since 2013 they've been researching, investing hundreds and hundreds of millions into these pharmaceutical drugs that is supposed to extend life. So when they do come up with a name, when they do come up with a drug, what do you think people are going to do? Alright, so as a patient, people are more and more reluctant into taking pharmaceutical drugs. And why is that? Because of all the side effects that you get with one drug. You may be treating one problem, but then you have like 4 or 5 other symptoms, and then what that does, it works like a domino effect. You need a new drug for the new symptom, and so on and so on. You end up with a handful of drugs that you take on a daily basis. So people are not living quality lives. They are being managed, but that's not the quality life that somebody wants in their old age. So people are getting fed up. People are like searching on their own. I mean, you have all this freedom with Google and search buttons. Like people will do their own research. So what are they going to go and search for when this drug, whoever is going to do this, when that comes out, what are they going to put in a search button? They're going to write, what is the natural alternative to this? Whatever the name is, they're going to put, what is the natural alternative to this? And guess what is going to happen? The whole world is going to know about us. So this is my message, and this is how huge this is. So we have in our hands a brand new technology, something that we are pioneering. Nobody else in the world has. We have the natural alternative, NERV2 activator, NERV1 activator, that is a natural herbal supplement, not a pharmaceutical drug. So this is what we have our hands on. So if you listen to the beginning of my video, if you do not want to be left out, if you don't want to miss a great opportunity, message me right away today, and let's see how we can get you on board with us. So that's my message for today. I hope you all have a great night, and I will talk to you tomorrow again. Thank you for watching.